Today's adventure. Tim's locking the car. The windows are down. Tim's locking the car. Today's adventure. Taking us right down this Highway 27, and we're going to stop at these little towns off to the side. But we saw this Armour Cemetery, Louvale, Georgia, and we're going to go to Louvale, Georgia. But we're just going to go as far as we can go and see whatever we can see. So y'all come go with us and let's have a good day.
Yeah, well, hardly ever has traffic. We make a stop, and here it is. All of a sudden, there's 50,000 cars coming.
You know, that grave's from 1997. It ain't that terribly old. That's from 2014. They look, these graves. And we know nothing about this cemetery. It's just sitting here on the side of the road. Road is right there. And we just thought we'd stop and look around. But I'd have thought the graves would have been a lot older. I don't know why. Just my thought process. So let's go back here and see if these way back here, that's 2009. Yeah, there you go. There's an old one. 1911. W.B. Armour, born 1867, died 1911. Stephen Lamar Williams, U.S. Army, Afghanistan. He was born the same year I was, 1969, died in 2016. Set it back up here. I have no idea where it came from, but now it's sitting up there. Yeah. Wow. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Okay, Will died in 1983. Joe died in 2017. Bill died in 2017, and Will Jr. died in 2017. And I really don't know how you read this one, because this is just one grave with all those names. Oh, I know how you read that right there. Muscadine.
Yeah.
Oh.
We always talk about how there's nobody on this 4-lane. We stop at the cemetery right by the road thinking, you know, all of a sudden, all you hear is traffic going by constantly. It's Tim and Tammy time, by the way. Not necessarily a historic cemetery, but...
So I guess 1911, he was out here by himself for a long time before anybody else came.
Well, some of these are unmarked.
True.
That one and that one, they're unmarked. That's a 2021 right there.
It's 2020 right here.
2021's earlier. I mean, later.
Oh, later. She's just 4 years older than me.
So this is an active cemetery.
Yeah.
Look at this one, y'all. This one looks like this is interesting. I have no idea. Get my shadow out of it.
It's hard from that side.
Maybe Tammy can read something, but I sure don't. It's 1950 right there.
Where? I'm telling you, it's somebody just scraped some M and an E. I think those are initials. I think this is a 4. 1940 something. Okay, so this is Louvale Cemetery. Let's go head over into Louvale and see what we can find.
Okay. We're going that way. Now see, no traffic. This is the way it's supposed to be.
We're making our left turn off of 27, headed over here to what is called Louvale, Georgia. And Louvale, I forgot the man's name. Sorry, I should know the man's name, but the person who changed the name of the city, it was Antioch.
She remembered the memory card.
It was known as Antioch, and this entrepreneur fella, you know, because that's how all these little Georgia cities popped up, changed it and named it after his wife, whose name was Lucille, but they called her Lou. So we're going to Louvale. Okay, now back to memory card.
House right there.
Yeah, it is. Tim is picking at me because we come over here. We made a trip over here on Thursday, so we kind of know what we're getting into, to Louvale. And when I got here and turned the camera on, I had no memory card. And that is the first time that has happened to me.
But it was funny.
He still, though, he just keeps on ragging me about it. Now, this right here is what we found really interesting. This is called Church Row, and this is on the National Historic Register.
And we're going to come back to it.
And there are 3 churches here. There's a Primitive Baptist, a Baptist, and a Methodist, and there is a schoolhouse.
But we're going to go through this little town.
But we're going to drive. We're going to drive through first, and just drive through Louvale, because it's this one. This is all Louvale. This road right here. This is Louvale, and there are a lot of little houses like that right there. They're old, and then that looks like it might have. Well, I guess it was just a. I don't know. It looks like it might have been a gas station at one. That is a. That's an antique store and a museum.
And they have a restaurant
And
over
then
here.
that's-
I don't know if it's open or not, but there's a.
That's a barbecue place. But the road itself has. I think we should get out down here and film it. The road's got grass growing up through it. This is the road. And there's, you know, this is the road.
Yeah,
And the sign says dead end. But there is out there in the road. Grass growing up in the road. And if you take any of these side roads that go off that way, they take you back to 27. So.
Yeah, ain't nobody out here now, but now that we're here, there's probably going to be a traffic jam, a party.
Yeah, I doubt that. I don't see it. I don't see it. I just don't think so. But from this point on, there's a few houses dotted back here, and that's it. That's Louvale. So really, Louvale is mostly the 4 churches, or the 3 churches. It's 3 churches in a school building.
I wouldn't mind living here.
I was about to say the same thing. I'd love to live back here.
It's a nice house there.
Road ends in 1,500 feet. Now here we are. This is the end of the town. This is a roundabout. That's 27. Right over there on the other side of that fence. So, you know. This little place, Louvale, is not far off of 27. But honestly, we've been by it. I've never known it was over here. And when we pulled off the road the other day and came down here, I was just amazed at the churches. I think that's
Alexander Electric.
well, you know, they have to have electrical work done too. So now we're just headed back.
Oh, somebody's behind us now.
Uh-oh. Wow.
Told you.
Yeah, Tim loves to have people following him. It's his favorite thing in the whole wide world. What's another road?
It's a bag. It's litter. Even in small towns, we have litter.
I think it was a dog food bag. Oh, whoever was behind us is gone.
No, they're behind us still.
Are you sure? Oh, they are. Okay.
Jamie's getting blind.
Tammy couldn't see them.
Losing her memory. Can't remember memory cards. How do you forget a memory card? I think it's a memory card.
Tim's having fun with this, y'all. And I'm going to let
Probably
him.
way too much
And I'm
fun.
going to let him because, you know, he needs it.
Now we're losing her.
Okay, now, this store over here with the RC sign, I can't remember the name of it. Y'all, I did look and find some things out about this little town, but I'm losing
She's
my
forgot.
memory
Yeah.
as Tim is putting it. I can't remember things as well. But this little building over here with the RC sign was their main store. And that's where you went to get what you needed.
Now
Yeah.
somebody lives in the house. And I bet you they lived in the house.
They probably lived in the house and run the store. So there's an old tractor out there beside a barn, but I don't think I could zoom in on it. Is it clearing kudzu? That's a tough job.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. This is the kind of place, you know, Green Acres is the place to be.
Like,
This is the kind of place you can. I didn't know Tim could whistle, y'all.
not very well, but yeah.
This is Louvale Church Row. And then we'll figure out which church is which, because there are 3 churches and a schoolhouse. And really, the schoolhouse was the Primitive Baptist Church. And it was, and Antioch was the name of the Primitive Baptist Church. And Antioch Primitive Baptist Church was the first church to come here. But, and it came in the 30s, but Tim's going down after the sign so you'll get a more accurate time. And then later the Methodists came.
Well, we can't rely on Tammy's memory.
And then much later after that, the Baptists came.
Louvale Church Row. Originally, Antioch, the town developing at the terminus of the Savannah, Americus, and Montgomery Little Sam Railroad, was renamed Louvale in 1886. Antioch Primitive Baptist Church, founded 1832 in Pleasant Valley, moved to Moccasin Gap 1842, and here 1851. Present church was erected 1885 to replace original log structure. Marvin Methodist Church, founded 1830 in Green Hill, moved here 1900 when present building was erected. New Hope Baptist Church, constituted 1860, 2 miles from here, moved to present building in 1901. I think the other side probably says the same thing. It does. So let's go to this sign. Tammy's holding the fence up. She's afraid it's going to fall.
So funny.
Antioch Institute. Built in the 1850s, the school was operated by the Antioch Primitive Baptist Church until it was sold to Stewart County in 1895. The building is believed to have been used for church services until the handsome building to the south was erected for that purpose about 1885. The county operated the Louvale High School here until 1928. When the upper grades were transferred to Lumpkin, the elementary school remained until 1942. The school is now used as the Louvale Community House, which serves as the home for the Sybil and John B. Richardson School of Sacred Harp Singing. So let's go check it out. You know, we go from left to right. We'll start with this one over here on the left.
This only one got a sign that I see.
Primitive Baptists normally don't have steeples. I have seen them with steeples, but normally they don't. This is pretty. They got flowers on there. The sign looks like has nothing on it. On this side anyway. There it is on the other side. This is the Antioch Primitive Baptist Church.
Constituted in 1832. That's where I got the 1830 number.
11A says, so this does have a steeple, which is amazing, but that's the way some of the churches were, though. I'm assuming that's the school building right there.
That's what I'm thinking. This is the school building. But you see, this was the original church here in this area, and it became the school building.
That structure back there has fallen, but in the back. Love this tree. Tammy's gonna walk by it.
I'm looking at the tree.
I'm just to give you an idea how big it is. But yeah, I see the chalkboard.
That is.
Y'all see it? The classroom chalkboard. I imagine this place is open on weekends or whatever when they have special
Well,
events, and they let people.
this is a community center. So if they do something in the community, this is where they do it. Now let's go figure out which one's Baptist and which one's Methodist over there.
Look here, y'all. Little angel. Right here by the doorsteps.
Good place. There's another one over here.
It's falling down.
Well, she's fixing to sit back up.
Reet, 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 reet. Warning, warning, warning. You are trespassing.
You know what? She's sitting on rocks, and those rocks don't work. Very good.
People gonna think I'm a nut.
You are a nut.
I love that scene right there. That church with the sky background, the trees. It's beautiful.
I say Methodist.
Is indeed the Methodist Church.
You know why I say Methodist? Because of that tower that you go in through. I read something.
Don't know if you can see it or not, but there it is. And this church, I think, still meets.
Yeah, I think so. The tower is where you actually go into the tower and go into the building. I think that's code.
And y'all, there's a cemetery behind here. Nice little cemetery. Got some more recent dates, 1960s, 1980s, so it's not really old. It's 1954. 1982 over there. That's the other church right there we're going to next. Uncle Tom and Aunt Sambo. And that's the way the back of these buildings look right there. Got that old masonite siding on it. The sign, it's got to be just a Baptist church, but the sign on this thing has is gone. So, but pretty sure that that is the Baptist church. Tammy's staying still. Sign for the Baptist church is missing. The sign holder is there, but the sign is missing. So, but I'm sure it's the Baptist church. Got to be the only one. This is a neat setup, y'all.
So, this is Church Row in Louvale, Georgia, and we are headed back out of Louvale, where we're gonna get on 27 and go see what's next.